Welcome to tonight's live broadcast of Lomita High School Sports on LTX Sports YouTube channel. Subscribe and come back and listen to the archive games or for the next live broadcast. Now, Mark Edmondson with tonight's Lomita varsity football game on LTX Sports YouTube channel. Mark Edmondson coming to you live from Pretty, Texas, and get a little extra football this week. It is the part 2 of the Lomita Jonesboro Eagles football game. So I'll get you caught up real quick. Both teams out on the field. It should get started here about 7 o'clock with this suspended game. So where we were when the weather came through last night, Lomita trailed 22-14. 22-14, the Hornets trail the Jonesboro Eagles as play stopped. It was some momentum shift right there at the end of right before the weather came, as the Hornets had the lead at 14-8, but it was back-to-back scores. A score by Jonesboro, then an onside kick that they recovered. They scored quickly on a long play, and we were about to kick off as the score had moved to 22-14. When the lightning first came, the weather came a little later, but the lightning delay brought in first. So thank you for joining us wherever it might be. I will catch you up. May already did finish their game, so they're 1-0 as they beat Santa Ana 52-0. And so this district game, even more importance. This is right now, again, 2 wins will get you in the playoffs, and both of these teams know that. It is the 22-14 lead for Jonesboro. They will be kicking off here. Beautiful facility here in Pretty, Texas. Turf field. There was some clouds around, rain earlier today. Right now, a crisp evening should make for a great evening of football and an exciting one. The Hornets see what they can do. I think a key is going to be early. The momentum had shifted to Jonesboro. Got to get this kick. It'll be another onside kick and see if they can close this gap. Only down by 1 score, as this is, again, the district opener for both these teams, and it's teed up. We're ready to go. Short kick comes up. It takes a bounce. It's picked up by Jeremiah Torres, able to get it cleanly there and then taken down quickly. And we're going to start this first offensive possession here in the second quarter at about the 32-yard line of Lomita. So can the Hornets come up with a big victory here? A lot left to play. I think another key is how do these teams come out after the delay coming out here? They were both out here early warming up. Do they come out a little flat? We're going to see. And it's Torres bringing the offense to the line. Going to have Torres, the running backs, Hamilton and Brister. I think they're setting the chains. Slight delay here. And here we go. 1st and 15. Torres going to hand it off to Brister up the middle, and he gets positive yards near the 35-yard line. So a gain of 3 on the first carry as we restart this suspended game. 7:56 was the clock to start the suspended game in the second quarter. 22-14. Hornets trail the Eagles. 2nd and long. They hand it on the ground. Hamilton couldn't come up with it. I think he recovered it, but on the handoff, a little missed exchange and a loss of a yard. Now I give him no gain. Still at the 35-yard line. Bring up 3rd down and long. So those little plays. Again, do you have some nerves in a game like this? I thought last night the Eagles came out with a little more physicality, but the Hornets had answered and taken the lead. But then the Eagles got those 2 scores in a row. The offense on the field, 3rd and long for the Hornets. Pitch back to Torres. Good block there. He throws, has a man open. Manny Prado can't come up with it. He was open, and Manny's made so many big catches. He was behind the defender. Great blocks in the backfield to buy time, but the pass incomplete, so it'll bring up 4th down and long. The center, Manny Prado, has made big play after big play in the passing game. That one just couldn't quite haul it in. 4th down and long, important 4th down play. Scored a touchdown last night on a 4th down play. Need to convert here. Thank you for joining us on the LTX YouTube channel, wherever it might be, on this Saturday evening of extra football, the suspended game. Split wide right is Stone Carr Jones, but left is Roy Carr. Snap back, pitch it to Torres. He has to get out of trouble, and he's going to be taken down in the backfield. He couldn't get away. And not only a turnover on downs, it's going to be great field position for the Eagles as they get it at the 27-yard line. So a tough start here for the Hornets. Had an opportunity, couldn't convert, and now it's going to be first in great field position, 1st and 15 at the 27-yard line for Jonesboro. Defense did get a turnover in that first quarter last night. The quarterback in shotgun is Martin. Snap back. He pitches it. Featherston, who had a couple of touchdowns last night, gets around the corner and cuts inside at the 5, and he'll score on one play. And right now, definitely the Eagles have the momentum as they could not stop Featherston last night, and on one play just gets around the edge. Nobody gets in there and able to really touch him until he gets to the 5-yard line. 27-yard touchdown for Featherston. That makes it 28-14, extra point kick here, attempted by the Eagles. Snap is back, hold is good, kick is on the way, and it is good. I'm going to keep it here, so you get the turnover on downs in one play. The Eagles lengthen their lead. Get you caught up here. See, at the 6:38 mark, so only a minute gone from the start of suspended play here in the second quarter. Jonesboro, Featherston with a 27, make sure I had that right, 27-yard touchdown run. That makes it 30-14, and the Hornets not going to have much time to lick their wounds here. They're going to have to get out there, and Eagles get that first shot in here, and you could be really quickly looking up at a big deficit. So the Hornets offense going to have to get going. No time to think too much about it. The importance of this game is here, and now they trail by 2 scores, 30-14. Christel to kick off. It bounces up, and it is, let's see, I think it didn't get 15 yards, but it looked like one of the Hornets touched it. And let's see, I'm not sure yet. I can't see where one of the Eagles do come up with it. The Eagles, so the Hornets not able to recover it. And at the 39-yard line, the Hornets are going to have to pick it up right now. They're on their heels, as the Eagles will have it 1st and 15 at the Lomita 39-yard line. So 1st and 15 for the Eagles. Again, in the shotgun formation. Martin pitches it again to Featherston. This time he's hit quickly. Ball comes out, going the other way. It's Easton Hamilton. We need this. It's a score. No flags on the play. 41-yard fumble recovery by Easton Hamilton. They got the hit again. This is what the Hornets have done this year. Games they have won, they have been able to take the ball away. They get it on the first play. It bounces. They hit Featherston. Featherston, the ball pops out of his hands, and Hamilton picks it up and takes it to the house. Big play there. Big momentum shift for the Hornets. They'll go for the 2-point conversion. I believe Josue Lopez to kick. Carbajal is also kicked for the Hornets. Huge play. The fumble return for the score. Snapback. Hold is good, and it's blocked. Extra point no good, so that should make it 30-20. 30-20, but really needed that. After Featherston had scored on the one play before. That time they got after him, hit him, knocked the ball loose, and it turned into the score. How quickly things, as I've said and learned this year doing 6-man, things can change. At the 6:22 mark of the second quarter, Lomita scores on the 41-yard fumble return. That was Hamilton. Extra point was no good. So it is 30-20 Eagles still with the lead. Long way to go here. Good to see that hit and that score. I think, again, as I talked about last night, I think a huge key is making sure that the Hornets have the confidence to know they can play with this Eagle team, which I believe wholeheartedly they can. But that's easy for me to think up here. So it'll be Lopez to kick off from the 30. Already had 2 scores here in the last minute. 30-20, the Eagles with the lead. Lopez to kick off. Line drive kick, and it goes out of bounds, and that'll take it to the 30. So Jonesboro will start this drive at their own 30. Got 1 turnover. See what the defense can come up with another stop. They trail by 10. Again, we made it to the 7:56 mark of the second quarter last night when the delay came, and then the stronger weather came after, so a game had to be suspended. Playing in Pretty, Texas, and it is pretty view and outstanding facility here, turf field. Very nice evening for football after some much-needed rains. 1st and 15 at the 30. Martin, he's going to roll. He's looking to throw. He has time, looking to throw deep. Coverage is back there and goes up and incomplete. Good coverage by Torres. They scored on that pass last night. They got away, number 3, Robertson had got away from the Hornets, but that time, good coverage down the field and ball a bit overthrown. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 15 from the 30. Clock stops at 6:14 here in the second quarter. Wherever you may be, if you know somebody else wanting to listen and hear it being heard anywhere on the World Wide Web on the LTX Sports YouTube channel. Martin, Featherston behind him. He's going to pitch it. And Featherston just able to get it, but he tries to get to the edge, and he's going to get the 1st down. He's got good speed, and we're just not able quite to get there. Looked like he was another step away from, again, going down the side. He almost didn't come up with it. The pitch there, they have a little trouble with it, but if he gets it, then he's in stride, and Featherston picks up big yards past midfield to the 30-yard line of Lomita. A 20-yard gain on that run, 1st and 15 for the Eagles. They lead 30-20 here in the second quarter. Now under center, Peyton Martin. They had movement, it looks like. There's the flag. 5 yards will be stepped off against the Eagles. Last night, the Eagles obviously were scoring, got some big runs, but the Hornets had made a couple adjustments to get some pressure inside and got some loss of yards on some plays. It's been kind of boom or bust. They did force a turnover on downs before that suspended play came. That'll move them back 5. So back to the 35-yard line of Lomita. The Eagles have it 1st down and 20. Again, under center. Martin has 2 backs behind him. T formation. They're going to pitch it this time to number 2, and he's trying to get away. Too many yards there, though, after contact. Sam Lawrence with the carry. They had got around him. Wrapped around him, and then didn't bring him down. Had a little trouble with that last night. Got to be sure tackling and not let him keep driving his feet. He does pick up yards to the 25, a gain of 10. So to bring up 2nd down and 10. Martin, the quarterback. Again, very low to the ground. Gets the snap. And in the backfield, and great tackle. The Lomita Hornet, let me see who that was. I think it was Easton Hamilton. He was there almost as they handed the ball, and Eagles were fortunate not to give that up. But Hamilton came in, and he was tackling almost the quarterback and the running back at the same time. Makes it 3rd down and long, as it is a loss of a couple, back to the 27-yard line. Still 2 big downs to try to get him off the field. 3rd down and about 13. See if they can get in the backfield again. Martin, this time he looks to throw. Has time in the middle of the field to the left side, and it is a touchdown. The coverage was there. I thought he was going to the middle, but he threw it to the left side, and coverage was there. But number five, Sidney Smith, somehow came up with the catch, and they convert on a big play for the touchdown. I'd say 27-yard touchdown, another 27-yard touchdown for the Eagles. Had good coverage right on him, but again, Smith came up with it. Extra point attempt. Snap is high. Kick is on the way, and it is good. So the new score, and go ahead and keep it here. Right now, the Eagles have scored on every possession, and so the Hornets having to play catch-up. That does make it 38-20. At the 4:48 mark here in the second quarter. So all kinds of scoring coming out of here after this suspended game. Start of this suspended game from last night. So that's going to be a 27-yard pass to Smith. And the coverage on those last couple of passes have been good, but that one, he's just able to come up with, kind of bobbled it and somehow stayed in bounds too. It was at that left pylon. Extra point good. So right now down by 18, 3 scores. The Hornets looking to answer. You're going to have to just try to stay with this team right now. Keep it close enough, and then, again, look for those turnovers and find those plays. You had a great play right before it. You had them a penalty, and then you stopped them in the backfield, but able to convert. Another onside kick, this one in the middle of the field. Going to be returned from about the 25-yard line. Still on his feet. I believe that's Jose Carvajal, and he's finally taken down past the 30. I think Carvajal wearing 6 tonight. And then we get a late flag. Something going on after. And let's see who this is called on. Again, the Hornets definitely can't afford to give up any kind of help to the Eagles right now. There's discussion here. Definitely some scuffling going on after the play. And a flag came in. Waiting for them to decide. It's 4:32 to go here in the second quarter. 38-20. The Eagles have pushed out their lead. It will be Hornet football. Our next scheduled game will be on LTX Sports YouTube channel next Friday from May. May, a big winner over Santa Ana. One of the top schools in 6-man D1 football. We got unsportsmanlike against the Eagles. All right, so I always look to make sure it wasn't both ways, and it was not off. So a good job by the Hornets to keep their cool. And this is a big 15 yards to be marked off, so the ball will end up at the Jonesboro 35. Now Lomita needs to take advantage of that. So the 15-yard unsportsmanlike against Jonesboro puts the ball 1st and 15 for the Hornets at the Jonesboro 35. But they do trail 38-20. Stone Car Jones in the backfield with Hamilton. Jeremiah Torres at quarterback. See now some discussion switching the football. So there's already been 3 touchdowns here scored since continuing to play. Going to pitch it to Car Jones. He's got an edge down the sideline. Not going to be caught. Touchdown Hornets. 35-yard touchdown for Stone Car Jones. And you got to love some 6-man football. That makes it 38-26 with the extra point to come. It might be which team finds that extra defense or that turnover. But a big play there. It got to Jones on the short side of the field. Good blocking. And Stone Car Jones goes in for the 35-yard score. It will be Carbajal to attempt the extra point. The kick is on the way, and it's good. Pablo Carbajal with the 2-point conversion. No point in me trying to take a break here. We'll just keep it here. We'll get time at halftime. 4:25 to go in the second quarter. 38-28, I think is right. Thank you. Appreciate the help. Pretty been very helpful today to let me set up in the booth here, press box. I appreciate that very much. So 38-28 to cut it to 10-point lead. Big score, one play for the touchdown. That was Carr Jones. Excellent blocking on that side. Once he got to the edge, it just nobody going to catch it. And they tried to run him down, but it wasn't going to happen. 4:25 to go in the second quarter. Lomita now with 2 scores and Jonesboro with 2 scores. It was an 8-point lead for Jonesboro, now 10. There's that one missed extra point. 35-yard score, but that one was good. Long way to go. 38-28, Hornets trail. Josue Lopez to kick off. This one to the left side again, trying to stay in bounds, and it doesn't. Goes out of bounds, and they'll start again at their 30. Will the Eagles. So back and forth we go. So Jonesboro will start at their own 30-yard line, leading by 10, 38-28. If you found us, check in. I'll give you a shout-out. I hope you're able to find us again. Try to give updates again with the changing of the venue since last night. But good crowd here coming in to watch as well. 1st and 15 from the 30. Martin will be under center. He has the 2 backs behind him, Lawrence and Featherston. Snap. He's going to look to throw. Middle of the field is incomplete on the screen. They tried to get it actually to Colton Robertson, but it came up empty. They set up the screen. They ran 2 men deep to pull the defenders. Carr Jones wasn't too far away, but they had pressure on the quarterback. And I do think that's a key is watching him. This quarterback's got a good arm, but the pressure, as with almost any quarterback, I guess there are a few out there, not going to change how they throw. And that one ended up being a bit short. Incomplete second down, 2nd and 15 from the 34, the Eagles. Again, Peyton Martin under center. He gets the snap. Pitches it quickly to Featherston, and there's a hole, and Featherston is taken down, but too many yards. It was a great shoestring tackle there. Coming over there for the Hornets. I think that is Yuli Caso Prado in there in the secondary. He had to come from the other side. But it was enough for the first down. It was a tackle that saved a touchdown, but again, too much space. They've got to find some way to get Featherston stopped before he gets into that open space. He goes to the 32-yard line on the Lomita side of the field. Lomita trails 38-28. Eagles with the ball, 1st and 15. Martin pitches it again, and this time taken down from behind. Good tackle from behind. Wait, they're saying it was still going? Let me see what. I give yardage. It's not. Yeah, it was down about where it was originally. I'm not sure if that was Featherston. I think it was still Featherston. Robertson also in there. Again, they kind of that trickery. A little bit look, again, as I said last night, of the slot T look, but that was a gain. Ended up only being about 4, so a good tackle there. It gets down to the 28-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and about 11. The Eagles, Martin under center. He's going to look to throw. He rolls. Back across the field. They get it to Featherston in space. Carr Jones trying to. Ball comes out. Hornets get on it. It comes loose. The Hornets get another turnover. Featherston, that was caused by Stone Carr Jones staying in front of him. Featherston was trying to make a move, and he might have had it, but in the process of that, he's shown he hasn't taken care of the ball, and another big turnover. The Hornets can cut into this lead. They start at their own 20-yard line. Turnovers, again, as in any game, but so crucial in this game, and the Hornets have taken advantage of it all season. They trail 38-28, 3:01 to go in the second quarter. Torres under center. Going to hand it off to Hamilton. He's hitting the backfield. The ball comes out. Both teams got to take care of it. Carr Jones able to fall on it and get a couple of yards out of it. But right now, both teams, ball been on the turf too many times. They move it to the 21, it looks like. Which should. Let's see. Now they're saying back at the essentially still at the 20, so no gain. And second down and 15. So the Hornets avoid a problem there. Hang on to the ball. But it is second and 15 now. Now in the gun. Pitch it to Carr Jones. He's hitting the backfield. They were able to bring extra help there. He ends up making probably a yard there to the 21. Going to bring up a quick third and long. He got through the first defenders coming through. And then we have a timeout, I'd say. 2-minute timeout. I have to keep forgetting where we are in the new world of 2-minute timeouts in high school. We're at the 2-minute warning of the second quarter. Two big plays coming up here for the Hornets. They trail 38-28. Need to get it back to that one-possession game. You were down by 18. The Eagles were driving. You get the turnover, and the Hornets scored on one play the last time. Now this time, struggling to even get some yardage. But they've got 2 downs to pick up the first down. That's the first problem. Get the first down and see what you can do there. So the 2-minute warning. Here in the second quarter, 38-28. The Eagles with the lead. But Lomita has the football. Going to spread it out here. Going to be in the gun. We've got wide end spread right and left. Got a slot. And Carr Jones is the running back behind Torres. Torres to Carr Jones. And he is taken down in the backfield. So they started bringing that edge. And Sidney Smith is just where Carr Jones get away with a lot of players, but he couldn't get away from Smith, got his hands on him, and lost a couple of yards. So trying to make that space there, but Smith just made a good defensive play back to the 18-yard line, a loss of 3, and it's going to bring up fourth down and about 17 for the Hornets. Huge play in this game. Trailing by 10. Again, in the gun. Got it spread out. Carr Jones next to Torres. They pitch it back to Torres. He's going to get the screen to Jones, looking for space. He's got to find it. And he kind of went to the edge of to the right side of the field and looked like it was meant to come back to the left, and he got caught to the sideline and ended up a turnover on downs. So it will be a turnover on downs. The Hornets couldn't do anything with that turnover after all that score, and then a 4 and out. And it'll be the Eagles with great field position at the 19-yard line of the Hornets. So now they're asking the defense, the Hornets asked to come in and try to make some kind of stop. They're down by 10, 38-28. 1:09 to go, second quarter. In the gun formation. And then you have everybody coming across the line. Let's see where the movement was. Or defense came across, but was there movement? going to say it was against the Hornets coming across early, making contact. So that'll be 5 yards. Stepped off against Lomita. It's down to the 14-yard line. Make it first down and 10. First and 10 at the Hornet 14. 38-28 Eagles. They get to the line. Martin is in the shotgun formation, back behind him. Ball's on the ground again. They're trying to pick it up. They just have to fall on it. It is a loss back to the 18 or 19, a loss of that penalty back. Looks like the 18, so a loss of 4. Clock does run, under 50 seconds to go in the second quarter. Now it's third down. Or second down at 14 now. It was the penalty before. They snap it back, get it to the quarterback. He's under pressure, throws it, catch is made in the flat, tackle made to see if he's inbounds or out of bounds inside the 10. It's not a first down. There's a timeout because the clock continued to run down to 26 seconds. I am going to keep it here. So that's not enough for the first down. Looks like they're going to place the ball at about the 7-yard line. That was a gain on that little pass out in the flat. I think it was to Robertson to get it to the 7. It's third down and about 3, but probably at this point that might not matter as much. They're at the 7-yard line as the goal line. That's what you've got to protect, and you have 26 seconds, and it's been so long. It's actually now we're 24 hours past. I have to double check. I believe Lomita did get the opening kickoff, so the Eagles will get the second half kickoff. So again, what a huge momentum shift this could be, because if the Eagles were to score, then get the ball to start that third quarter. That's 7 yards, but the Eagles have been very proficient at scoring tonight. The Hornets trying to get a stop, have had a couple of turnovers. Martin under center on third and about 3. They pitch it, and it's hit down. I don't think he got the first down. Might have got the first down, but let's see. That was number 2, Lawrence, with the carry. Clock's at 14 seconds. Then they call a timeout. They did not get the first down. It's at outside the 5-yard line. Another timeout by the Eagles. Well, that just makes it more exciting play coming up as you down to 14 seconds. You've got a fourth down and about 1, maybe less than 1. So you can stop them if you could get one of those stops in the backfield. Julia Thomas checking in. Thank you. I appreciate that so much, listening in on the LTX YouTube channel. 38-28. And I do sometimes overemphasize big play, but there's big moments here when you're hanging on. You're still just down by 10. You were down by 18. The Eagles get the ball to start the third quarter. But you have them at a fourth down outside the 5 with 14 seconds. This is where maybe you draw up that play, see if you can get that pressure in. They've got it in the backfield a couple of times. Need it now. 4th and short. Martin, snap. He's going to pitch it. And then the running back is stopped short of the goal line. He gets the first down. And with 9 seconds, that stops the clock. And then the third timeout. So it looks like to be at about the 1-yard line. It was a slow developing play. Nobody could get in the backfield, but then the running back, I thought he might have more room to the end zone. Then he was tackled at about the 1. So it's just making me have to say this over and over again. This play is more important than the last one. 9 seconds. They don't have a timeout left. That is the last timeout by the Eagles, I believe, and it's 38-28 Jonesboro. And you have a first and goal at the 1. If you could somehow make that goal line stand, it would be very difficult for them to get back up and make a play. They don't have a timeout. Hornets, got to believe they're going to have to sell out and bring what pressure they can. Martin will be under center. Again, he can't carry it himself in six-man. Snap. He hands it off, and then into the end zone goes the running back. That was number 2, Sam Lawrence, with the 1-yard touchdown with 6 seconds to go in the second quarter. Long way to go, but that is going to be, could be something that is going to carry a long way into the rest of this game, getting that touchdown. They're going to attempt the two-point extra point on the kick. Snap is back. Kick is on the way, and it is good. So with 6 seconds to go, the Eagles make a huge play. They're able to drive in and get it on the 1-yard touchdown run by Lawrence. That makes it 46-28. 46-28 with 6 seconds to go here in the second quarter. The Hornets, again, maybe the shift of the game. They got the turnover, could not convert on fourth down, and gave good field position. They fought hard and kept them, having to make them work for it. But the Eagles, again, with under 10 seconds in the quarter, able to push it in for the score. The Hornets, again, right now coming off the side a little deflated, and they're going to have to just get past that. It's still a long way to go, even with the Eagles getting that third quarter. So that was a big play. Got 6 seconds left, too. See what you can do. But there's just too much time in this game to give up on this one. That was a big momentum shifter, but certainly not the end of the game. It is 46-28. Eagles with the lead. They're going to kick off from the 30. Got one back deep for the Hornets. This one's going to be kicked. Looks like it's going to go out of bounds, and it does. So with 6 seconds to go, the Hornets are going to look for a play. They've scored on one play already in this re-upped night of suspended play, so they definitely can. Carr Jones will be in the backfield. He scored on that run. We've seen him score. I had that Easton Hamilton play a couple weeks ago on a screen on a fourth down that went for about 50 yards. There's lots of plays that they've got to try. The Eagles probably know this as well as I do, but so it's 46-28. 6 seconds to go, second quarter. The Hornets will be at their own 30. See if they can make a miracle happen here. Spread it out. In the gun, Torres looks to throw. Rolls, has to throw it and into the ground. Couldn't get it to Brister. It did stop the clock with 1 second, so they'll get one more shot at it here. Trying to set up the screen to Brister, but couldn't get it to him. The Eagles have been able to bring pressure. So it will be second down and 15 from the 30, but that's not going to matter now. It's 1 second on the clock. Got one play, unless there's a defensive penalty. Those have been known to happen as well. See if they try to send somebody deep. There, as we have seen and talked about so many times, when you get out in open space in six-man, even with the shorter field, smaller, has a lot of space. Torres rolls, and he's still free. He's going to look to throw. He's got a man deep, but he throws across the middle, and he had Carr but just couldn't see him, and it goes incomplete. Did buy time, but that is the end of the first half. I'm going to go ahead and take a couple of minute break here. We'll get you caught up. Thank you again for joining us. And right now the Hornets just need to go in, regroup, and get ready for a second half. Long way to go here. They do trail at halftime to the Eagles, 46-28 on the LTX Sports YouTube channel.
Wounded Warrior Project helps post 9/11 veterans and their families realize what's possible. With support and resources that bring warriors together and empower them to become stronger, both inside and out.
It's possible to begin healing.
To get the help you need.
To find peace.
And as each warrior's needs evolve, so do we. Because these last 20 years are just the beginning. Learn more at woundedwarriorproject.org/possible.
The key to unlock the next breakthrough in life-saving cancer research could be sitting in your driveway. Stand Up to Cancer's vehicle donation program makes it easy to turn your unwanted vehicle into funding to support innovative cancer research. These innovations lead to better cancer prevention, diagnosis, and treatment, which means we can help save lives right now. Cancer affects all of us. Today alone, 5,370 people in the United States will be diagnosed with cancer. It will take all of us standing up together to put an end to it. So when you're looking to get rid of your old car, truck, motorcycle, RV, or boat, why not donate it to Stand Up to Cancer? Donating is easy and tax deductible. We'll even tow your vehicle for free. You can be a driving force in cancer research. Donate your car today. Visit standuptocancer.org/cars to learn more.
Did you just look down at your phone? You did it again, didn't you? You know, you're flying down the road in a 3-ton hunk of steel, and a text takes your eyes off the road for an average of 5 seconds. At 55 miles per hour, that's long enough to travel the length of a football field and cause some serious damage. Turn it off. Trust me, whatever it is, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextsstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
What does life after service look like? Kicking back? Taking it easy? We believe it looks a little different. Fighting for all veterans. Making sure they get the benefits and care they've earned. Rebuilding communities after disaster strikes. And adapting to support today's veterans. Meeting them where they are. The VFW. Still leading. Still advancing. Still serving. Get involved at stillserving.org.
We are back here at halftime just to update you real quick. And the cheerleaders doing a great job, as always, finishing their performance here. As I was coming over here, and they were here early as I passed them in Goldthwaite, and they were already stopping and getting out over here early, so they always do a great job at the games. And the cheerleaders just finished their performance. We are at halftime here. It is the score is 46-28. The Eagles do have the lead, kind of back and forth. The Hornets were trailing by 8 as we restarted the game from last night, and that at about the 7:56 mark of the second quarter. Been back and forth and had some turnovers to help the Hornets, but right now the key is they haven't been able really, other than those turnovers, the other drives have been scoring drives for the Eagles, and the Hornets just have had a couple of turnovers on down. So, I mean, there's still 18 points by math is right, 3 scores. It's certainly not unattainable at all, but it is when you get that chance. They had that chance after the turnover, couldn't score, and then gave a short field, and even though they fought hard to keep them out of the end zone, they were able to score. They're going to – it really could be the point of the game coming out of this halftime. Got to get a stop. If they go get a score, the Eagles will get the opening kickoff. If they can score and push it out to a bigger lead, that could be too much. Now, again, not impossible, but if you get a stop to start the third quarter and get a score, get it back to that 10-point or 2-possession game, then you're in still great. This team, again, Jonesboro, district champion for a number of years, as Coach Wadley talked about in his show last night. They're 2-5 record. The Hornets coming at 4-3, but again, part of the competition they're playing, and probably not have maybe the team that they've had on some of those years, but a quality team that has history and that confidence behind them. So right now the Hornets, again, my biggest fear right now is, and I know the coaches are doing everything they can to say this isn't over, and it absolutely isn't. So they in this halftime, which just has about 5 more minutes on it. I'm going to take one more break, then we'll come back and get ready for the second half. But it's absolutely not over. But this will be crucial. This will be crucial as the we come out of this halftime, as the Eagles should get the ball first. So I appreciate you listening wherever it might be. Again, our next game will be 7:30 from Maine next Friday. It's Halloween, October 31st. We'll be broadcasting that game on the LTX Sports YouTube channel as well. Here at halftime, take this last break and come back and get the second half. And see if we can get the Hornets to get a comeback and find a way to get this opening district win as they trail at halftime 46-28 to the Jonesboro Eagles on LTX Sports YouTube channel.
We all have the ability to touch the lives of those around us. Moms, dads, neighbors, teachers, friends. These are the people who are always there to listen when we need to talk. Though their actions may not always be monumental, they are always felt. To someone going through a difficult time, a text, a call, or a visit can mean so much. Reach out to the veterans in your life today. Let them know they're not alone. One simple act can make all the difference. That's the power of one. If you're a veteran in crisis or know one who is, visit veteranscrisisline.net for free 24/7 confidential support or call 1-800-273-8255 and press 1.
Smokey the Bear.
Then you know why Smokey tells you when he sees you passing through. Remember, please be careful, it's the least that you can do.
Don't play with matches, don't play with fire.
After 80 years of learning his wildfire prevention tips, Smokey Bear lives within us all. Learn more at SmokeyBear.com. And remember,
only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
My name is Emma. I am 13 years old. 6 years ago, I was injured in a car accident that left me paralyzed from the waist down. Once I completed rehab, my mom applied for a canine companion service dog. Last January, I finally got to meet my service dog, Marcia. We quickly developed a very strong bond. Together, we go to my horseback riding lessons, school band practice, swim meets, and archery classes. Together, we pick vegetables, and we like to cut flowers. I love Marcia. She makes me feel like together we can do anything. I can't imagine life without her. She's a part of the family. We are just one of the thousands of teams Canine Companions has paired together over the past 50 years. With your help, we can continue for another 50. Visit canine.org to see the many ways you can change lives.
I can tell that we are gonna be friends.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
Hey y'all, I'm Blake Shelton. Being from Oklahoma, I know a thing or two about natural disasters. Tornadoes are common where I'm from and have affected my life and the lives of people I care about. No matter where you live, be aware of the dangers in your area and have a plan. You can create an emergency kit, come up with an evacuation plan, and know where to seek shelter. You never know when a disaster may hit. These simple steps can help save a life. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
Everyone deserves access to quality health, but for half the world's population, essential health services are out of reach. At AmeriCares, we know access to quality health saves and improves lives. With good health, people can attend school, be productive at work, care for their families, and contribute to strong communities. That's why we envision pathways to health and opportunity for all. We care. It's our call to action. It's in our history. It's in our name, AmeriCares. AmeriCares about disaster survivors, about free medical aid, what doctors need, our communities, our neighbors, our families. AmeriCares about good health. For a better world. Learn more at americares.org/goodhealth. Together, we can build pathways to health. americares.org/goodhealth. Join us.
Mark Edmondson back with you live. It's 46-28 Jonesboro as we get ready to start the third quarter. Uphill battle for the Hornets, but a long way to go. Make sure I was correct. I believe the Hornets will be kicking off. So the Hornets at 4-3, Jonesboro at 2-5. District opener. May now 7-1 as they defeated Santa Ana this week, 52-0. Santa Ana drops to 3-6. So we got a half to go to try to make up this deficit. It was 8 points as we started play. Now it's 18, 46-28. The Hornets will be kicking off. Going to have to make some plays. Had the turnovers. Going to have to get a little more consistent on the offense. Going to need a stop or two, need a break, but those do happen. Sometimes you make your own. I believe it will be Lopez, Josue Lopez to kick off for Lomita. Again from Pretty, Texas. A nice evening. And we're ready to go for the third quarter. Thank you for joining us on LTX Sports YouTube channel for Hornet football. This time kick deep. Going to be returned from the goal line. I'll have to make sure it's Featherston. Don't let him get away. He's trying to cut back across the field. They've cornered him and get him down at about the 26, 27-yard line. So does get him a few yards. They'd been starting at the 30, so pushes them back a couple on that return by Featherston. They give him the 27. So Jonesboro will start at their own 27-yard line, 1st and 15. They lead 46-28. See, teams always at halftime going to make some adjustments. See what we have here. 1st and 15, the Hornets need a stop. It will be Martin in the gun formation, J formation. Got two to the right of the center. Snap back, and then a pitch over his head, and it does break free. It's Featherston, and the little trick there, Featherston is tripped up and stopped at the 1-yard line. So the quarterback, as he went forward, he pitched it over his head, and that's where you could get a turnover, but it works as that gave Featherston a little bit of room, and he takes it down. I think they end up putting it at the 2-yard line. So a big run of about 52 yards to give it 1st and goal at the 2. Featherston, once he got in space again, he just showed that speed. He has been a huge difference for the Eagles. They have it 1st and goal at the Lomita 2-yard line. Now under center is Martin. Martin, he's going to hand it off. He's hitting the backfield, and Prado pulls him back. Not going to let the running back get any momentum there. Good job and got some help. That was Featherston again with the carry. I think might have lost a yard. Looks like they did move it back almost to the 4. Loss of a couple. Good job by Manny Prado and help there in the inside to push him back. It's 2nd and goal from the 4 now. It could be the 3, I guess. With my old eyes kind of far away, but within that 3 or 4 yard line. Martin, the quarterback, under center. He snaps it. He looks to roll. He's going to throw in the middle of the field, and the ball is knocked away. Good hustle there as they were trying to get it to Braden Ashby, one of the big linemen, but it was Yuli Caso Prado to come up and knock it loose, and it's incomplete. So they try to throw it. It's going to be 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal from about the 3-yard line. Every down you make them work for it, you get a chance at turnover. There for a second, I was hoping Yuli could get around and maybe step in front of it, but he did knock it loose. That was the center they were throwing to. Now they spread it out. They have it in the gun formation. Going to pitch it to Featherston. Featherston, and he's pulled down short of the goal line. He is shifty, but a couple of Hornets get over there and pull him down. Car Jones might have been there, but it was hard to see. But it is a 4th down. They had a 4th down at the end of that second quarter that they were able to convert on before scoring. This one even bigger because you've got a chance to get the ball back without giving up the score. You trail 46-28. They made 3 stops. They've got to have one more. 4th and goal from the 3. Martin under center. Hornets need to stop. And we had movement in the backfield. They show the line, but the back was moving. Let's see him talk about this. The Hornets come across, but the back in the backfield certainly looked like he took off, Featherston. Let's see what the call is. They discussed it, all the referees together. It wouldn't give them a 1st down, but a huge difference. Instead of 4th and goal from about the 2 or 1, you'd have it 4th and goal from the 8. A lot of discussion, trying to decide, I get who came across, what happened. But, again, if they saw the movement, let's see. It is against the Eagles. All right, now you got a better chance, but it's still one play to make. It does move it back to about the 8-yard line. The false start by the Eagles. 4th and goal from the 8. The Hornets, can they take advantage? Need to take advantage to stay in this game. They're going to spread it out wide. Got Featherston behind the quarterback, Martin. He's going to throw. Ball is caught. You got to make a tackle, and they don't. The Hornets had every chance in making the tackle, and they just did not make the play. Robertson was able to leap over one defender. They threw it out. The ball looked like it was almost tipped on the throw. It was from Martin, and I think Brister almost hit it. But then he catches it, but there were Hornets and the sideline, and they could not get him down, and he was able to leap over and score from 8 yards out. A huge play for the Eagles. Extra point attempt. It's on the way, and it is somehow good. Went through a bunch of hands as the Hornets were back there, but it is good. And you get the 4th down play, but could not get the stop. So the Hornets going to have to regroup here, but with at the 7:13 mark of the 3rd quarter, 54-28 Eagles. And give the Hornets did not execute well on that last play, but they had given up the long run and then it forced them into 4th and long. They fought hard there, but again, so many times one play making that difference. And that time just couldn't get him down. Thought they would just somebody was going to be able to knock him off his feet, but Robertson able to get in. So Jonesboro with the score to start the 3rd quarter. They now lead 54-28. Hornets going to have to now get some offense as they trail now by 26. So 3rd quarter, 7:13 mark. The Eagles score. They'll kick off. Again, always got to secure the ball. Here's the onside kick. It goes out of bounds. I'm not sure if it went off one of the Hornets there. Kind of took a funny turn. Couldn't tell, but it is out of bounds. It'll be the Hornets football. So the offense is going to need to put some points on the board here. A lot of time left, but the Eagles able to come up with a big 4th down play. The ball will be at the 40. So it did go out. So the Hornets start with good field position. Start at midfield. Got to work with some urgency here, put some points on the board. It will be Carr, Jones, and Hamilton in the backfield behind Torres in the shotgun. Snap back. They pitch it to Hamilton, looking for a block. Got an edge, cuts back inside. Good gain on first down. Going to take it past the 35 to about the 33-yard line. Gain of 7. Ball at the Jonesboro. Nice mark at the 38-yard line there. I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong side of the 30. Still, that 50 throws me off from all those years of 11-man. So it's at the 33-yard line. We're close to it. Second down and about 8. Again, 2 backs behind Torres. Snap back. They pitch it again to Hamilton. He cuts back, got some room to the left side if he can get around the corner. And then he cuts back in. I thought maybe he just should go to the edge. But he cut back in and was tackled. It was a positive gain to about the 28-yard line. It'll bring up third down and about 3. He has good speed, and I've seen him outrun to the edge, but they had a bit of an angle on him. But it's the 28-yard line, a gain of 5 on that, bring up third down and about 3. Third down and 3 for the Hornets. Clock runs 5:56 here in the third quarter. They trail 54-28. Again, the 2 backs behind Torres. They're going to hand it off to Carr Jones. He splits the middle, hit hard, but he'll get the first down. Good hard run, good blocking at the point of attack by the line. Prado, Brister, and also another one on the line. Roy Carr. Gets the first down, a gain to the 21-yard line. That was a gain of 7 for Carr Jones. First and 15 at the Jonesboro 21-yard line. Still in the huddle. Walking to the line. Probably need a little more urgency here from the Hornets. Now they switched it around to have 2 backs up front. They were off. Let's see, was there movement? Because they came off sides, but it was the Hornets moving first. I was looking in the backfield, so 5 yards stepped off against Lomita. That moves it back to about the 26-yard line. It's kind of that in between. Clock runs with 5:08 to go, third quarter. The Eagles in control, 54-28. First and 20, snap back, ball on the ground, and still on the ground, and nobody's able to pick it up till one of the Eagles does, and he's going to go the other way and be tackled at about the 15-yard line. Nobody picked it up for the Hornets, and it was Smith, I believe, Sidney Smith, who picks it up and takes it back to the 15-yard line. So the fumble on the snap just kind of sat on the ground for a while. Lacking a little urgency there, and it's cost the Hornets as now it's going to be a first and trying to really salt this game away for the Eagles. They have it at the Lomita 15-yard line, leading 54-28. Martin, he's going to pitch it to Featherston on the outside. One missed tackle, but a good open field tackle there. Then a late flag coming in. Torres with the tackle for the Hornets. Tackle, might be a hold. Looked like there was some holding on that outside, but let's see. Came from the far side of the field. Looks like the Eagles are starting to walk back. Was a hold against Jonesboro. That'll be 10 yards. The only problem is the Eagles have been able to overcome a lot of these issues they've had in the last time, the penalty moving them back on fourth down, but still able to score. So it's back to the 25-yard line. So it was first and goal, so it was at the 15. So it is first and goal now from the 25. Under center will be Martin. Martin with 2 backs behind him. He's waiting, and then he gets it a good tackle. It was to number 2. It wasn't Featherston. It was Lawrence, and Stoughton Carr Jones comes up and makes the tackle. Looks like after about 5 yards. not a bad running back. I'm not trying to criticize him, but not the quickness of Featherston. And Carr was able to get over and take him down at the 20. Gain of 5. That'll bring up second down and goal from the 20. Second down and goal for the Eagles. Hornets desperately needing a stop here. Don't want more points on the board. Time against them now. 4:05 to go here in the third quarter, trailing 54-28. Snap back. They're going to hand it off to Feather. No, he keeps it, throws it out to Featherston, and then we have a flag in the backfield. Incomplete on the pass. Let me see what this penalty is. Is this one of these six-man things that are always difficult for me to understand? Oh, a hold, so against the Eagles. Okay. I could have been towards the line. He threw it right at the quarterback, but either way, it was incomplete. But a hold against Jonesboro moves it back to the 30. That will keep it. I lost my side of the down. Third down or says second down still? So still second down and long. Second down and goal now from the 30. .356 to go in the third quarter. The Eagles lead 54-28. They scored on the opening drive. Then were able to get a turnover after the Hornets had made a first down. Second down and long from the 30. Snap back to Featherston. Now back to the quarterback, then to Featherston, who dropped it. Incomplete. He would have had some space to run. It was a short pass, but it was Featherston to Martin, back to Featherston. Again, those parts of the six-man that make it difficult. Well, Brad, thank you for checking in. I try to say the score often, and it is 54-28. 54-28, Jonesboro with the lead with 3:51 to go here in the third quarter. It is third and goal from the 30 for the Eagles. But they do lead 54-28 over the Hornets. Shotgun again. Featherston behind. They pitch it, and again, just kind of a blind pitch, but a good tackle from behind. I believe that was Brister. It was Carson Brister did a nice job. And right now the Hornets just no choice. They have to get them off of the field here on this fourth down and long. It's fourth and goal from the 26-yard line. You want to stay in this game. Get this stop here, get the ball back. So fourth down and goal to go from the 26. It was a gain of about 4 on that play, but a good tackle by Brister in space. Fourth and long. Shotgun with Martin, Featherston behind him. Snap back. They holds it, does the quarterback, to throw deep back across the field to Featherston. He makes the catch. Can we make a tackle? He dives for it, but they're saying he was down at the 2, and it was that close. And now you got to say you got a chance. It was Featherston. They threw it a long way. Martin did a good job to get it back to him. And Carr Jones, I think, went for an interception, got over his hands, but there was still time to get him. But Featherston, and he did give all effort, give him credit, diving at the goal line, but he ended up at about the 2. The Hornets, they're deep in their own end, but you have a chance. They're down 54-28, but now you got to make something happen. They came within 2 yards, but they did get the stop. Torres brings the play in. Turnover on downs. First and 15 from the Hornets from their own 2. Got to protect the football. Carr Jones and Hamilton in the backfield. They pitch it to Carr Jones. He gets to the left side, going to get a couple of yards, give him a little space near the 5-yard line. Gain of 3 or so. 2:44 and counting here in the third quarter. The Eagles lead 54-28. Torres will bring the play in. They got it, looks like, to the 6-yard line, so a gain of 4 for Carr Jones on that last play. They're at the line. Torres under center. He's going to pitch it this time to Hamilton. Makes a cut, still on his feet. He's hit, pushing forward, going to get near the 10. Wait, no. Manny Prado still has it. A trick play. It was on the ground. Manny Prado still going. Let's see. Is there any foul? If it's right now, it's a long touchdown. Let's see. No penalty. Tricked everybody. I hope everybody else, because they tricked me, put it on the ground or the fake to the center who picked it up. Hamilton was tackled. Prado comes out of it from the side, and then he goes 74 yards for the score. Manny, everybody, I give it to you. I'll take that mistake. 74-yard touchdown run for Manny Prado, the center. And if you have to turn your headset, your radio down, your internet, I'm sorry, but not real sorry. What a play. No flags. They're going to set up for the extra point. Now a stoppage. See what they're talking about. And it took a long time. Hamilton was tackled. I thought he got an extra yards to the 10. And then all of a sudden, Prado, being led by Stone Car Jones, comes out of the right side. 74-yard touchdown run. Love that. Extra point. Hold. No, he couldn't handle it. Rolls out, throws it up for grabs. It is caught, but he'll be tackled as he tried to get it to Casso, but it's no good. Well, it doesn't change the fact you're still down, but it does bring a level of excitement and a big play and 6 points. So the 70, I hope I'm going to check my math on that I always start at the 50. That should be 40, 50, 60, 74-yard touchdown run by Manny Prado. I don't even know how. I was a center in high school, and I'm not sure how they can do it in six-man, but they got it to him somehow. We'll call it the run. So that makes the score 54 to 34. Cuts into that lead. And sometimes you got to make your own breaks. Let's hope that excitement, and there is excitement all the way around, and well-deserved. Cheerleaders getting the crowd up. Still a lot of time in six-man football. I say it because it's true, and I'm learning that again in just my 8th games watching it this year. 150s. But, again, I do appreciate the help here in Pretty, but also the small world that it is. I didn't have him in class. He was in 8th grade, but a student from my first teaching job. The last time I saw six-man football over 30 years ago. That's just neat. Ag teacher here running the clock in Pretty. And, again, thanks for Pretty being such a great host. Kickoff here. Featherston can't corral it. Goes out into the end zone for the touchback. All right, well, we've got some excitement, but still work to do. But time to do it. I'll take being fooled that way anytime. 74-yard run. Manny Prado with the score. All right, so it will start at the 20-yard line. Now the defense, they ought to be fired up. Jonesboro starts at their own 20. If you could get it back to, get it to a 2-possession game, get a stop, little at a time. Martin under center for the Eagles. He's going to roll back. Pressure comes, throws it on the screen. It's caught, and the tackle made. It got a little more room, did Lawrence. That couldn't make the clean tackle, but knocked him off his feet. He rolled forward for a few more yards. He got 6 yards to the 26. So forced the screen there. Good pressure coming from the outside. Turnovers would be nice, but now if you could just get that stop, get the ball back, try to get it back to that, 2-possession, but then the 1 possession late in this game, you have a chance. It's 1:22 to go in the third quarter. Clock runs 54-34 Eagles. Second down and about 9. They pitch it to Featherston. Makes one man miss, but not the second. Good tackle as he gets up to about the 29-yard line. Got a player down. Official timeout here. I'm going to keep it here for the moment. So that was a gain near the 30. We'll call it the 29 at the moment for a gain of 3. I'm going to go ahead and take a short break here at the 102 mark, 54-34. Eagles with the lead here on LTX Sports YouTube channel.
Hey y'all, I'm Blake Shelton. Being from Oklahoma, I know a thing or two about natural disasters. Tornadoes are common where I'm from and have affected my life and the lives of people I care about. No matter where you live, be aware of the dangers in your area and have a plan. You can create an emergency kit, come up with an evacuation plan, and know where to seek shelter. You never know when a disaster may hit. These simple steps can help save a life. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
There are a lot of vehicles on the road with jobs to do, and they come in different shapes and sizes. When you see an emergency vehicle, TxDOT vehicle, tow truck, or utility vehicle with flashing lights activated on the roadside, move over or slow down to 20 miles per hour below the posted speed limit. It's the law, with fines up to $2,000. When vehicles have flashing lights activated on the shoulder, move over or slow down. Be safe. Drive smart. A message from TxDOT.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See.
I'm going to go ahead and come back from that break here. All right, so, and you never, and I've been doing this a long time, a lot of different places, never want to see an injury if they're helping. It was Featherston, so he went down hard there. They helped him off the field, so best wishes to him. It will be a third down. They do mark it at the 29 on that last 3-yard gain. Clock will run here in the third quarter. So third down, you got 2 downs to try to, I moved it back a little bit, almost to the 28. So about 7 yards to go for the Eagles, third down. The Hornets trying to get a stop. They trail by 20. Snap back under center. He rolls, looking to throw. In trouble. Now he rolls again. Martin throws middle of the field. Intercepted by Easton Hamilton. They forced him into a throw he didn't want to make, and the Hornets have the ball just past midfield, Jonesboro side of the field. This game is nowhere near from over. Momentum shift, and we were having that conversation here in the booth before, how quickly it can happen. 33 seconds to go, 54-34. Hornets trail, but they have the ball at the 39-yard line. Great job by Hamilton of reading that. Forced Martin into a pass in the middle of the field. Another turnover for the Hornets. Need points on the board. Now time is crucial. Got enough, but got to score. Under center, they hand it off to Carr Jones, and he's fighting for not too much there. I want to make sure nobody comes out of the pile with the football. Well, now actually somebody did for the other team, but they're saying it is a turnover. So in all of that, he was stood up, and that lasted for, and all of a sudden it's just Smith had the ball, and they point the other way. They never blew the, I mean, forward progress was clearly stopped. But the Eagles have the football. Huge play the other way. And now they have it at the 39. And Coach Wadley wants an explanation, but it is ball taken out in that pile as Carr Jones just a short run up the middle. Momentum shifts that quickly. So the defense back on the field. 1st and 15 at their own 39 for the Hornets now. Crazy play. They pitch it, but then, and here's a real difference that the Hornets have to take advantage of. And there was some extra blocking going downfield. The Hornets are asking about. And no gain loss. And again, they're going to have to make adjustment at the end of the third quarter because now their big running back not in there, and the Hornets able to push in there and have to try to take advantage of that. It was a loss of 2, and we're going to the fourth quarter. I'm going to keep it here. So it is uphill battle, 54-34. Hornets trail, but they we'll see how much the loss on the play of a couple. They'll mark it at the, almost gave him, looked like back to the line of scrimmage, 39. We are going to the fourth quarter. District opener still, 2 nights in the making. but it's got the drama you want. But now, after back-to-back turnovers on consecutive plays, strange turn of events, makes it second down and about 17 for the Eagles. So they're going to have to look for another option. They have made some plays, but forcing them into the pass has overall. They made a couple plays, one good one by Smith for a touchdown. But that, I think, is what you're trying to do. He got that interception, especially if you get the quarterback to try to throw on the run. So 2nd and 17. The ball is at the 37-yard line of Jonesboro. They're at their own 37. It'll be second down and long as we start the fourth quarter here from Pretty, Texas. High formation, snap back. Now they pitch it and looks to throw, and now he pulls it down. This is another back, and he's able to get some. Ball comes. I think it was blown. I do think he stepped out of bounds. The ball did come out late, but let's see where they ended up marking. So number 7, who I hadn't called in the backfield, I don't believe, maybe once, Camden Crystal, with the end up carrying the ball. It was to Martin, then to Crystal, but he does get nice yardage. Picked up some of what they lost and plus some more to the 34. It does bring up third down. They had that loss on first down. Can't give up that much room. It's going to be third down and about 8 from the Lomita 34-yard line now. Lomita needing to stop, trailing 54-34 here in the fourth quarter. Snap back, throws it in the flat, catch is made again by Crystal, and he's got room, still running, and then he's taken down at about the 9-yard line. So they got it to him, and somebody had to try to step up for the Eagles, and they've got a couple of plays there to number 7. He gets it to the 9-yard line. So first down, big first down for the Eagles. So first and goal from the 9 for Jonesboro. And right now, any kind of score might make it too much of a hill to climb here now that we're in the fourth quarter. Martin in shotgun. He's going to pitch it to Crystal. Looks to throw. Now pulls it down, throws it out, and it's caught by the center, and he's fighting for the goal line, and he's just short of it, but he was hard to bring down. Took 2 to get the big center down. But he does get it close, about to the 1-yard line. So it'll be a goal line situation, second and goal at the 1-yard line. So the Eagles knocking on the door here to try to put this one away. They lead 54-34. 8:39 to go here in the fourth quarter in the ball game. Hornets need to try to make something happen in the backfield. Martin under center, snap, he hands it off and pushes through. So he came up with the touchdown run. It was a 1-yard touchdown run for number 2. That was Lawrence. Lawrence with the touchdown. Now is it too much for the Hornets to overcome? That makes it 60 with the extra point to come, 60-34. The Hornets have continued to fight throughout this game, but right now, huge uphill battle. Snap is back. It's high on the ground and knocked loose. The extra point is no good. Extra point is no good. That keeps it at 60-34. 60-34. The Eagles lead the Hornets. And that was going to be a 1-yard run at the 8:22 mark of the fourth quarter for Jonesboro. Right now, this is looking like just too much offense for Jonesboro. For the Hornets in this 2-game suspended game that started last night in Lomita. Weather came. It was 22-14 as we restarted play. And now here in the fourth quarter, the Hornets about to get the ball back. They trail now 60-34 to the Eagles. Scotty Key really is where you bring in some of those cliches, just one play at a time, make something happen. Big hill to climb, but won't give up. We're going to have next week we'll be on the road and be a tough one in May. 7:30 we'll go on the air, about 7:15 with the pregame. 7:30 will be scheduled kickoff for May next Friday, Halloween night, October 31st. If you didn't know that's when Halloween was, I thought I'd share that with you. The Eagles to kick off, now leading 60-34 over the Hornets. Another onside kick, bounces up, and it's picked up by Torres and gets a push forward to get good field position, I think past midfield where he ended up, about the 39 or 38. So the Hornets are going to have to now put it into gear, going to have to look to try to score quickly and see if they can get something to happen. They start at their own 39. On the Jonesboro 39. Lomita will start at the Jonesboro 39. They trail 60-34 here in the fourth quarter. Here in Pretty, as this game started the suspended part at 7 o'clock tonight, as we get now near the 8:30 hour. 1st and 15, two backs. They pitch it back to Stonecard Jones, who looks to throw, now pulls it down, and he's pulled down from behind. I'm going to end up losing about a yard to the 40. Was going to throw it first, and pressure came. He started to run, couldn't get open. Loss of one makes it 2nd down and 16 for the Hornets. Clock runs here in the fourth quarter. Torres brings the play in. Hamilton and Torres. Now Torres, the up back at quarterback, gets it with two backs beside him, now in trouble, and he's taken down and can't get the pass off. I don't know if he was trying to get it to Card Jones, but another loss back to the 30. And he was trying to get it downfield to Prado, I think, not open. So another big loss. 10 yards. Makes it 3rd down and about half the field. So 3rd down and long. The ball back at the Lomita 30-yard line. See if they can make something happen here still. Torres, he rolls. Throws down the field, trying to get it to Roy Carr. It's incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. 4th down and long. About 25, 26 yards to go. So the Hornets just trying to keep kind of last slim hopes alive here on this 4th down play. There is 6:49 to go in the game. Already trailing 60-34. Roy Carr will split out wide left. Snap back to Hamilton, to Carr Jones. He throws it back to Torres, who can't catch it. He had a long way to go, but just couldn't haul it in his hands and falls incomplete. Turnover on downs, and now the Hornets really back on their heels, and you can see that, and gotta fight through these last few minutes. So it will be set up at the 30-yard line of Lomita for Jonesboro. In control at 60-34. They have it 1st and 15, Lomita 30-yard line. Under center is Martin. He pitches it. They're looking to throw. Crystal deep, has a man, and the catch is made as they go for the big play on 1st down, and Colton Robertson takes it in for the 30-yard score to make it 66-34 as the Eagles start to continue to pull away. They'll go for the conversion here. So a 30-yard touchdown from Crystal to Robertson. Coverage was trying to get back to it, but Robertson was just able to run past it. Snap is back. Kick is on the way, and it is good. It is good for the 2-point conversion. That should make it 68-34. 68-34, Eagles with the lead. The Hornets got to finish this one out. They're going to be disappointed right now, I know it, but they're going to have to get out there, and I'm talking to them right now about giving it your all, and they will. But it's this team has played really well at times. Fought against a couple of teams, and the one that kind of got away, Eden, Richland Springs, such a very talented team, and they hung with them in that first half of that game. But, you think back to the St. Joe game where the Hornets had chances late in the game. They played hard all season, have some talent, but, again, that next step of getting that confidence each and every week. And this Jonesboro team, you kind of saw that as the game went on, their confidence level continued just to push and push. But the Hornets right now got to get the ball and see what they can do with it and get out of here and get back for, again, a tough game next week. But that's unfortunately high school football, and know they'll give their best effort. Here's another onside kick. Torres picks it up. Can he get away down the sideline? Go! Torres is being chased down at the 10, down to the 6-yard line. Good return. Like to see it. Don't want to even sort of insinuate there's any give up in them, and that shows that. And a great return. Keep at it. Get a score here. So a good return, and they're 40 yards by Torres, puts it at the 6-yard line, I believe. So trailing 68-34, the Hornets have it. First and goal at the 6. Be Torres under center. Hamilton and Carr Jones to fake it there, hand it to Hamilton, falls forward, trying to get away to the 4-yard line, maybe the 3. Give him where they mark it. 4-yard line. Gain of a couple. It'll be second and goal from the 4 for Lomita. Get a score here. Get it to 40. We'll see some onside kicks and see what happens. There have been some interesting plays, no more than the great 74-yard trick play to Prado. Under center. They hand it to Carr Jones, and he's upended. Falls forward. Stone with the carry. Might have got another yard to the 3. Third down and goal for Lomita. That's just for pride here. You want to punch this one in. Might not make a difference in the end result, but let's get in the end zone. They roll out. They have a chance pass to the end zone, and touchdown Hornets. I believe that was Carson Brister. Carson Brister with the 3-yard touchdown catch from Jeremiah Torres. Nice to see him to get it in there. And, of course, Brister missed a couple of weeks back last week. Good to see him healthy. Need him, the sophomore. So with the 5:33 mark, the great return by Torres, and then the 3-yard touchdown pass to Brister. Extra point attempt by Josue Lopez. Snap it. No, straight to Lopez, and he's going to throw it for the 1-point conversion for the Hornets. And nice job of working that play and getting into Javier Caso. Caso gets the catch and converts the 1-point conversion. So that should make it 68-42, if I have that correctly. 68. Did I have that wrong? 41? Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. I misadded. That's these high-scoring games without my calculator. 68-41, thank you. So that was a 1-point conversion. I was adding 2. I'm so used. If you see an 11-man football, sorry talking here in the booth, but when you see somebody catch a pass on, you think 2 points. I had to rethink. Thank you. Save me. So, but a good job there by the Hornets, not giving up, putting some points on the board. I'm not expecting to give up, but they're right now in a disappointed mode as they had high hopes and well-deserved to come in here. And then you have the delay to come back, but they hung around. But the Eagles are in have been able to make the plays when they needed to, and they've showed that experience that they've had over the years, and they lead 68-41 with about 5:33 to go in the game. 68-41, the Eagles with the lead. And I do know that sometimes announcers can be a little too much jolly sunshine. I'm not. The Eagles have shown they have a deeper team and that history, but the Hornets have played hard and deserve to know that. And Josue, here's the onside kick, bounces up, and going to be returned from about the 25-yard line by Crystal. He's knocked down. And it'll be at about the 32 or 33-yard line where the Eagles will start this drive. Still games to go next Friday, October 31st, 7:30, and then Santa Ana will be at home, Lomita, to finish the regular season in 2 weeks. 7:30 start as well. Those games will be on LTX Sports YouTube channel. So the 32-yard line is where Jonesboro will start. 41, didn't update it there, and that was the pass to Brister. All right, 1st and 15 for Jonesboro at the 32. The Hornets jump. There's the flag, and I think it'll end up being a free play, but they run it for no gain. Looked like the Hornets came across without movement. 5:23 to go here in the fourth quarter again from Pretty, Texas. It really is hard to say pretty with not saying it's pretty, because it is really nice setting out here. It's not at the high school, the sports complex, turf field. That was 5 yards marked off against Lomita. But a really nice facility, and do appreciate their hospitality of helping us finish this suspended game. 1st and 10 at the 37. Pitch it back to Crystal again. Could be Crystal. And he's in trouble and then throws it late. He was almost on the ground, but then it's caught by Martin, but then all kinds of flags. I don't know if there was a face mask, but he was almost on the ground. Let's see what this call is. See if there was a face mask. And during that tackle, he finally got it to Martin, who was going to be taken down for a loss also. Discussion again by the referees. We have 5:10 to go in the game. Penalty coming soon here. Maybe. There's still some discussion. A long discussion. He's going to wave off the flag. You don't see it very often, but so I think they were looking to call the face mask. I'm not sure. Might have got some help from the Lomita crowds. They were saying it was Jersey, and I'm not saying it wasn't. I couldn't tell in there, but they discussed it and waved off. No penalty and a loss back to the 35-yard line. Good job, Hornet crowd. 2nd down and long for the Eagles. Pitch at the middle, and taken down finally is Lawrence. Still found his way for positive yards past midfield to about the 36-yard line of Lomita. Bring up 3rd down and about 4. Clock runs at 4:40. 68-41, 68-41 our score. The Eagles with the lead. Eagles slow it down here a little bit. Again, Camden Crystal, he brings in the play. It could be Christelle. I apologize. I don't know. But 3rd down and about 4. Under center is Martin. He gets the snap. He pitches it to Crystal. He looks to throw. Throws it deep. Has a man. Catch is made again, and it's going to be another touchdown for Robertson. And that play has hurt the Hornets tonight several times, and Robertson able to get behind him. Crystal now has thrown it for a couple of touchdowns, so that one goes for 36-yard touchdown for the Eagles. He got a little pressure, but it was a good throw on target, and Robertson was able to make space and hauled it in for the 36-yard score. And that's at the 3:56 mark. Too much Eagle offense for this Hornet team to be able to hang with them. Ball is snapped on the ground and then picked up by one of the Hornets. So it's no good. Everybody just kind of stopped at that point, which can't be returned. So extra point, no good. So that should be 74. So the Eagles able to put up the big number, 74, the most points the Hornets have given up on the season, as I recall. I mean, look, they'd given up the Eden game, and St. Joe was 68. So, yes, this is the most points they've given up. This Eagle team will be they'll play May in that last game of the season. Hornets play in May next Friday. And then the Hornets will face Santa Ana to close out the regular season the following week. Those games again be both 7:30 scheduled start. I'll go on the air about 7:15, and games brought to you on the LTX Sports YouTube channel. So it's been a long 24 hours, and it's going to be a disappointing loss for the Hornets. Did a lot of good things and scored a lot of points, but the Eagles just able to do it more. Here's the onside kick again. Takes a high bounce on the turf and goes out of bounds. So the Hornets should get the ball at the 30. 74-41 Jonesboro. Again, this Jonesboro team, perennial district champions. Be interesting to see how that all washes out. Right now, the Hornets going to have to regroup and face a very good May team on the road on October 31st. I haven't marked it yet. I think waiting for the football. All right. So be 1st and 15 for the Hornets. Trying to see if they can put a late score on here, close the gap a little. They start at their own 30-yard line. 74-41 Jonesboro. Prado at center. Torres under center. Two backs behind him. You're going to roll. Torres to throw. Pressure comes. He's hit. Gets away from one, but not the second. As Smith, he's played a big role defensively for the Eagles tonight. Lost back to about the 25. They mark it at the close to the 25. 3:36 clock runs. 74-41. Jonesboro will come away with this victory. Second down and 20 for the Hornets. It's going to be Carr Jones in the backfield, but the ball on the ground and still on the ground. Finally picked up by Carr Jones, and he runs forward and picks up some yardage. Looked like one of the Eagles were going to get it, and then it came loose, and then a flag, very late flag. Carr Jones advanced it finally to about the 29, but let's see what this flag is about. From the ref, it was a legal motion or okay, so fumbled, couldn't pick it up. Somewhere in there, a rule. Okay, so against the Hornets, ball is back at the 20-yard line. Still third down. Well, third down and about 25, 3rd and 25 for the Hornets. Torres, he rolls. Got to get rid of it. He does and tries to get it to Manny Prado, and I think it was off the ground. Prado, let's see. No, incomplete. Manny's made a couple of catches like that. Got great hands for anybody, but for a center, again, being a center in high school, I never got to try to catch one of those. So I'm envious anytime, and he does a really good job. He's a great blocker, good defensive player, but good receiver for this team. He's caught numerous touchdowns for them. and then had a big run tonight. 74-yard touchdown. 4th and long. 2:56 to go in the game. Right now you kind of want that clock to run out those minutes and get out of here, everybody healthy. 74-41. The throw, Torres looks. He's going to look deep towards Prado, and it's going to be intercepted by Robertson, which actually makes it a little further down the field. That gave him worse field position, but it's a good interception. Robertson came over and got hit hard by Jones. Right. Robertson gets back up, and it is the interception by Jonesboro. They'll have it at their own 38-yard line. Jonesboro, a good team, and they've shown it. Way too often. People look at records 2-5, but depending on a lot of things, and this again the history of Jonesboro, and they showed that here tonight. The last 2 nights together, but the Hornets have fought hard. Right now, it's 1st and 15 from the 38 for Jonesboro. Martin under center. He's going to pitch it, and he's taken down quickly is the back. New back in there, number 14, Jackson Hobbs. Maybe a yard gain to the 39. Clock will run. 2:26 to go in the ball game, and the Hornets want that as well. Let that clock run down. 74-41 Jonesboro. Last couple minutes of the game. It'll be 2nd down and 14 from the 39-yard line of the Eagles. Martin's going to let some time run off. Gets the snap, pitches it, and the 1 tackle missed. Then tackle made by Brister. 24 with the carry that time, Cutter Gribble. Maybe 2-yard gain to the other 39-yard line. So it's 3rd down and long. Timeout called here. So with some 2-minute timeout, so it was not called. It was the 2-minute warning again in the 2nd and 4th quarter, like we've all been used to. The NFL is in college and high school now, so I do appreciate you joining us. Been again with 2 more regular season games to go. A lot of things possible, but battle does get tougher. But we will be bringing you those games on LTX Sports YouTube channel. We really do appreciate y'all finding us. We have over 50 subscribers who've subscribed to the YouTube channel, and just after not doing the first game, so I do appreciate that, and all of you shared. So proud to get to. It's a real honor to get to call the games. It's been a lot of fun to continue to do that and bring you these games, and look forward to continuing that. Get to talk to the kids about a lot of excitement. 3rd down and long for the Eagles. Martin under center. Takes the snap. He's going to pitch it. And quickly taken down, the running back. And that was again Hobbs with the carry. Short gain will bring up 4th down and long. Maybe a gain of a yard. Jonesboro let the clock run down. We'll be going under a minute 30 before the next play. Peyton Martin brings in the play. The Hornets did get some turnovers in these 2 nights of football and did make some big plays, but again, just too much Eagle offense. They pitch it, and again, taken down quickly, and that'll be a turnover on downs. Trying to see, Brister was in there. Jose Carbajal, I think, also in on the tackle. 1st and 10, 15. There's my old 11 man. I've been doing pretty good about that over the season, but every once in a while it creeps in, old age. I'll blame it on 2 nights of football. 1st and 15 for the Hornets at their own 38-yard line. They trail 74-41. The Eagles will go to 1-0 in district. The Hornets will fall to 0-1. Torres under center. He's going to hand it off to Hamilton. Kind of ran into each other. Hamilton tried to get away and does from one, and he was hit hard. He, as he was kind of falling forward, check on him. As he was kind of leaning, and then the hit came, and it was a collision there right in the middle of the field, so they'll check on him. Stoppage of play here. Go ahead and take a 30-second here with the 54 seconds to go in the ball game. It is 74-41 Jonesboro over the Hornets on LTX Sports YouTube channel.
There are a lot of vehicles on the road with jobs to do, and they come in different shapes and sizes. When you see an emergency vehicle, TxDOT vehicle, tow truck, or utility vehicle with flashing lights activated on the roadside, move over or slow down to 20 miles per hour below the posted speed limit. It's the law, with fines up to $2,000. When vehicles have flashing lights activated on the shoulder, move over or slow down. Be safe. Drive smart. A message from TxDOT.
A ranger station.
I'd like to report a bear hug.
Okay.
I put out my campfire and Smokey Bear hugged me.
So you drowned the fire, you stirred it, drowned it again, and felt that it was cold?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but he's just letting you know you did good.
Bear hug from Smokey Bear. Status update.
I'm gonna let you go now. There are many ways to start a fire, but one sure way to put it out. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
The impact of a
I'm going to go ahead and end that commercial. Checked on Easton. He's on to the sideline under zone power. So 54 seconds to go. Or let's see what they're checking on right now. They're in the fourth quarter. 74-41 Jonesboro. There's 44 seconds. 44 seconds on the game clock. The Hornets, that was a gain of, let's see, moved into the 39, about 3 or 4 yards for Easton. It is at the 39-yard line of Jonesboro. Lomita, second down and about 11. Torres, he's going to roll. Got a man deep. He's going deep for Josue and Lopez. There's the flag. Lopez trying to come back to it. He's hit. Going to be an interference. Now it's not a spot foul. Not sure it was going to be catchable. It kind of hung up there, but the contact made a little early. But, yeah, Josue had gotten behind him, but the ball hung up long enough for the defender to get over there and contact just a bit early. It should be 15 yards and as pass interference against Jonesboro. 15 yards, automatic first down. Hornets with 28 seconds to go, trying to put another score on the board. Here late. 24-yard line is where it ends up. The Jonesboro 24. Prado at center. Torres under center. 2 backs behind him. You're going to pitch it back to Brister. Now to Torres. Looks to throw. And he tries to get it to Lopez, I think, right in front of him. Incomplete. Just everybody was kind of, he and Lopez and 2 defenders were clogged up on the sideline. Gets rid of it. Takes it to 22 seconds. Stops on the incompletion. Be 2nd and 15 from the 24. So the Hornets going to have to look to regroup, and I'm not going to start throwing out that, oh, well, May is not going to be a tough road to hoe. It is, but they've got to regroup and go to May, and that's next Friday's game, and do everything they can And a lot of strange things happen in the world. Torres to Carr Jones. Carr Jones running hard. Cuts back inside. Might go 5. Touchdown Hornets. 24-yard touchdown run for Stone Carr Jones. Good job of blocking. And Carr Jones weaved his way through. And it is a 24-yard touchdown for the Hornets. That makes it 74-47 right now with the extra point to come. Let's see if they try to kick it. Last time it was a straight snap to Lopez, and then he threw for the 1-point conversion. Snap back. This time it is the kick on the way. Got plenty of leg into it, and it is good by Lopez. So that should make it 74-49. Thank you. With 15 seconds to go. And I'm not sitting here going to make too much of a late score, but they probably had some defenders in there that don't always play. But the Hornets, you don't give up. You go down and put what points you can. There's still a lot of the season left. It is very different. You know, you look at a lot of 11-man, and they got 4 teams going to the playoffs. Only 2 go in 6-man. That's a huge dynamic. So this loss is going to be hard to overcome, but it ain't impossible yet. That's why they play the games. But it will be in May on Friday that the Hornets will have to regroup and go on the road. So it will be the Hornets to kick off. Now, that was the 24-yard run by Stone Carr Jones. And we have 16 seconds. That was with 16 seconds left in the game. Lopez to kick for the Hornets. So this game that started at 7 o'clock last night, Friday night, ends here, going to end here about just before 9 on Saturday night here in Pretty. Lopez to kick. Is the real onside kick that's going to be recovered by Smith, I believe that is. And it will be high school football. It does bring out all the emotions. It is why people love Friday Night Lights. It is going to be one more snap here should do it from the 34-yard line for Jonesboro in victory formation. After this, I'm going to wrap it up here pretty quick so we can clean out of here and I don't want to hold anybody up, but we all get home on this Saturday night. Snap back, it is the victory formation. Martin takes a knee. I want to make sure I get the right score, 74-49. That's the last seconds. Tick off, 3, 2, 1. And that is the final horn, and the Hornets fall to 4-4 on the season, 0-1 in district. The Eagles go to 3-5 and 1-0 in district with a 74-49 win. Again, I really appreciate everything. Thank y'all for being such a good host here in Pretty. It was a long 2 days. I want to share again, I really do think the Hornets gave great effort. This Jonesboro Eagle team, a good team, and they do win it. But 49 points you put up against them, there's talent on this team, and you hope they can continue to build on that. 2 more regular season games to go, so a lot of things could happen. Do appreciate you joining us. Our final score here tonight, the Jonesboro Eagles 74, the Lomita Hornets 49 on LTX Sports YouTube channel. Thank you, and good night.
You have been listening to Lomita High School Sports on the LTX Sports YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us and good night.